So a reporter who covers Clemson approached Tennessee wide receiver Ramel Keyton. You know, he's the one that is now taking Cedric Tillman's place. And he asked him a simple question. He said, as a veteran wideout, did he have a story about the first time he truly understood how hard Joe Milton III can throw a football? Keyton grinned. He said, yeah, I got a story.
Broadcasting live from the only establishment in town that can't kick him out, his own basement. The world according to Rocket.
It is I, Rocket Man. This is the world according to Rocket, and it is game day. University of Tennessee football volunteers playing the Clemson Tigers, the proud owners of the absolute worst mascot costume that's ever been made. I mean, they may have repurposed it. They may have leveled it up a little bit, but man, over the years, it has been horrible, much like I hope they play tonight. So this reporter asked him this week if he had a story about how hard Joe Milton throws football. And Keyton grinned and he said, well, actually, I was practicing last year and it was like a regular ball and he actually split my hand open. Right there, he said. He said, bleeding all the way to the base of his thumb. He said, like, I don't know what you call that part of the thumb. You call it the web. It's the webbing. And they had to tape it up. I don't know what they had to do, but it looked like, you know, a bloody mess. And it took a month for it to grow back. He proudly claimed that he caught the ball. He said he didn't initially notice it because Milton didn't seem to throw it any harder than usual. It was just one of those things. Moments later, he caught another pass, he said, and it started to hurt more than it usually did. It took him about a month to get over it. Now, I have a similar experience. About 20 years ago, 25 years ago, actually, I was directing a commercial for a basketball team, the Omaha Racers, in the CBA at the time. And I used a friend of mine, Bruce Matheson, who was a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills for a while. He played at Nebraska, and then he played at a couple of different stops in the NFL. And he was one of those guys that had one of those super huge arms. And while we were in a break for lunch, probably, I remember we were out at this school on this big football field adjacent to where we were shooting. And I said, Bruce, get the ball. I want to see what it's like. And I ran a few routes, right? And so, you know, he threw them. I missed them, of course. And he said, go down there about 40 yards. I want to show you what it feels like, what a real NFL pass feels like. He threw it. I caught that one, but unfortunately, it split my hand right there. I tell you, and what happens is you don't notice the injury, because what happens is when it hits your hand so hard that your body just goes into shock, and you immediately don't feel anything. And then a couple of minutes later, I kind of, after doing that kind of thing, right, I'm kind of looking down at my hand and just covered in blood, oozing blood. Had to go get a cast, broke that little bone right there. So I can relate to Ramel Keyton. And here's a funny story. He says, here's what we have trained the young receivers to do. You know, they have that passing machine, right? where it's got these two rotary things in it, and it spits out a ball for the receivers to catch, right? And he said, one thing that we have done, the adjustment that we have made since for Joe Milton, since he's kind of taken over the team as a result of Hendon's injury, is that we require everybody to run it at full speed. Run that machine. The machine is called Jugs for some reason. I don't know why. Jugs. And they run it at full speed to simulate how hard that Joe Milton throws the ball. I think that's great. It's game day, man. I'm excited. What's your prediction? Let me know right down there in the comments. And while you're down there, go ahead and hammer that like button and hammer that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it if you do that. Another Tennessee Volunteer has announced that he's coming out and going into the NFL. And not to worry, though. He's playing tonight. One of my favorite players, Princeton Fant, number 88. You know, he's a tight end. He started out as a wide receiver at Tennessee, and then they moved him to running back, and then they moved him to tight end. And he's done all of those things this season. And I just want to say to you, sir, Mr. Fant, great job this season. I wish you the absolute best at the NFL level, and I want to thank you for playing in this game. I appreciate that. That does not go unnoticed by me. I appreciate the players who have stayed on even after they've announced that they're going to the NFL. I really appreciate you, sir. Just want to give you a heads up of how the day is going to roll. Have this little video today, of course. Got to do a little video every day. But tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to do a quick little live just to get the tribe together, get the team together, and you know, have an adult beverage maybe for the game. Say hi to everybody. Last-minute predictions, last-minute preparations, right? And then game starts at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And then at halftime, we're going to do a quick little 10-minute live spot. All right, right here on the channel at halftime. And then after the game, as soon as the game is over, you'll find me right here, and I'll be cheering like hell, or I'll be crying in my beer, one or the other. Don't know which, but I'll be here. And I'd like for you to join me as well. And look, win, lose, or draw, I love this team. I thank this team. I thank Heupel and his staff. And particularly if they win this game tonight, and I do believe they will. Man, they have done it under some adverse circumstances here, particularly the past month or so, and I'm really happy they've had a month to prepare for this game because they've needed it. You know, they've lost a lot of personnel. Golich, their offensive coordinator, went to South Florida, right? Cedric, of course, needs to heal for the NFL. Jalen Hyatt, took off. He's gone into the ether. Jeremy Banks, linebacker, he's gone as well. And so because of the Golich thing, there's kind of a, you know, it's got to be an interruption of process and procedure, you know, and they got to figure all that out. So I'm really, really happy that they've had this time, a whole month, to figure it out, how it's going to work from a process standpoint and a procedure standpoint. And Heupel talked about that yesterday, and he said, it's all good. This is what we do. This is part of the game. You have to plan that with your game plan. We're good. And he sounded fantastic. Everybody seems to be on board with Joe Milton running this football team, not being any different than it has been. And it's just going to be really, really exciting to see to see if there is a drop-off in their performance level and what degree that drop-off might be. You got to figure there's a little bit of drop-off, right? I mean, it just only makes sense. But you just don't know. We're going to see whether people step up or not. Some people think it's going to be just a total collapse because, Hooker and the guys are gone. Some people think I'm one of those. I tend to look on the glass full side of things. I think Joe's going to break out. I think Squirrel's going to break out. And we got Brew McCoy over there. He's just solid all the way through. And we got this running back room that is just really solid. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I thank you for supporting this channel. We are 49 as of recording this video today. We are 49 people away from 2,000 subscriptions. I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like anything about this channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and be sure you hit the notification bell because that way you know when I post any kind of content that you might be interested in. So I thank you very much. I'm going to wish you a go big orange, and I will see you tonight with a live right here at 6 o'clock. Just a quick one just to say hi and get all excited together and maybe bump heads and chest bump, that sort of thing. Virtual, of course. Have a great day and go big orange. This episode of The World According to Rocket is brought to you by Luxury Travel Nashville.com. Whether you're going around the world or going around the corner, just call Deb. Watch this. Come sail with us at Seabourn, the Sweet Life event. We go to the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Alaska, the Arctic, and more. During the Sweet Life event, save up to 15% on all ocean voyages and up to 25% on expedition voyages with a 15% deposit for select 2023 and 2024 sailings. Experience the Seabourn difference. Nearly one team member for every guest and only 250 to 600 guests on board at any time. Can life get any sweeter? The British Isles, the Arctic, Alaska, Northern Europe, Mediterranean. This sound good? The Seabourn all-inclusive difference. Champagne, premium spirits, a choice of 5-star dining venues. All of this is included. Caviar, Wi-Fi with unlimited minutes, signature events, expedition experiences, including Zodiac cruising on all expedition voyages. All included is the gratuities, the taxes, the fees, and the port experiences. You like this? This sound good to you? Is it right down your wheelhouse? Yes, sir. The Sweet Life event. Want to know more about it? Want to book one? Want to just tantalize yourself? Just call Deb at luxurytravelnashville.com. She will put it all together for you. You can reach her at 615-863-1263.